Let's get this in here, waiting for YouTube to catch up. And we will be live in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. It's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. We are on board Royal Caribbean's Oasis of the Seas, and we're hanging out here. It is Monday. Every Monday, we are, of course, right here on YouTube, answering the most important question. Nice time for a Windows update. I think we're still live. All right, we're back again. We're here answering... We're here answering the most important question, which is how many days till your next Royal Caribbean cruise? Type your question in chat. Let us count down together. Of course, we're on Oasis of the Seas. And just got in here. This is actually our second Royal Caribbean Blog group cruise of the year. We had one on Independence in Europe, and this is our second one here. And you can see some of our good friends behind me. We're here at the Lime and Coconut on Deck 15 on Oasis. It's day 2 of the cruise. Going to the Eastern Caribbean. It's going to be an awesome, awesome time. Glad to have everybody here. We had some super chats before the broadcast began. Andrew of the Seas. Andrew, thank you for your super chat. Indy Transatlantic in 10 days, just off Mediterranean MSC last week. It was an eye-opener to how well Royal Caribbean compares, especially on service and food. Enjoy the group cruise, guys. Thank you, Andrew. And, I mean, you said it, not me, but I do agree with you there. M and B McBride, thank you for the super chat. Driving to Port Liberty in September of 2026. Never been in New York City, so arriving a couple days early. Suggestions for sightseeing and a tour company. Good question. So if you're going to Manhattan to do sightseeing, it's great. Obviously, there's a lot that you could and see and do. There are Broadway shows. There are historical sites. There are museums. I mean, there's an incredible amount of food to enjoy. I think what you really want to do is kind of narrow it down. I mean, obviously, there's like the hop-on, hop-off bus. I don't think you need those, quite frankly, because the New York subway system is so efficient and relatively inexpensive. You can easily use that to get around. But basically, prioritize what you want to see. Broadway shows, museums, whatever you're into. And leave a lot of time for just simply walking around the city. There's a lot to see and do, and it's beyond, like, you know, the major tourist things. So definitely come up with a plan. This is a good idea. Maybe pop into Chat GPT for, like, here's everything I want to see. Give me an organized tour, and just, you know, knock them out as easily, I suppose, as you can. Crazy About Cruising, thank you for the super chat. 194 days till Wonder back-to-back. Longer to Icon than Legend. But how about those Pats? Man. Yeah, baby. What are you most looking forward to at the Royal Beach Club and on Legend? Good question. For Royal Beach Club, I'm telling you this right now, that family cabana that backs up to the ocean looks utterly incredible. I saw it under construction, and I think it's going to be really, really amazing. So those ocean views and just getting in that ocean looks incredible. On Legend of the Seas, the Willy Wonka musical looks really cool. I mean, I love the fact that Royal Caribbean is really leaning back into musicals again after a couple of ships that didn't have it. So I'm really excited for that one. And, of course, the Utopia Railway sounds really interesting as well. So I got a couple of neat things coming on the Legend. These are all still super chats before the broadcast began. Chicago GP, thank you for the super chat. Hope you're all having fun. Book and Cruise, the family split into 3 rooms, 1 star class and 2 sky class suites. But we'll be doing everything together. How will that work with the genie? Not very well. Officially, Royal Caribbean would tell you the people that are booked in the suite with the genie are the only people that get the benefits of the genie. Now, in practice, sometimes some genies will kind of bend the rules a little bit, but you can't expect at Chicago G. When you do the split thing, which I get why you would do it, and frankly, I'd probably do the same thing. You have to understand the genie benefits may not extend outwards to the other people. Certainly will not extend to like things like drink packages and dining. You know, if you want to have like people like join you for like the comedy show or a show in the theater where there's like no cost to Royal, you usually look the other way, but it's very much a your mileage may vary situation. I think this is still super chats from before the broadcast began, because I think yeah, we got Carolyn is our first one up there. All right, cool. Yeah, I got that one. Ian Hunter, thank you for the super chat. 62 days to Indy, 153 and 315 to Brilliance, 510 to Alert. Did you have a good tray day yesterday? What's a tray day? Trey? Is that a joke or? I mean, yeah, he said go Jays, which of course we're not talking about that. But I don't know what tray day is, but yes, I had a wonderful day yesterday. And Sheena, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Matt. Just want to say thanks for all you do. If the Blue Jays win the World Series, Ian Hunter owes me another cruise since he stole my Crown Anchor status by marriage. Let's go, Blue Jays. Okay, well, That works too. I mean, listen, I'm not here to judge, but I think it's a very fair trade. Let's hope that doesn't come to that, though. Penguins fan, thank you for the super chat. What is the procedure for doing a back-to-back ships but have different rooms? Also, do I have to get off the ship? Thank you. So we have different rooms. Basically, at the end of cruise number 1, talk to your stateroom attendant that what you're doing. They usually are help you move your stuff from room 1 to room 2. But as you have to get off the ship, no. We did it. There's a there's a video on our YouTube channel here about back-to-backs if you want to watch that more in depth. But essentially what's going to happen is Royal Caribbean will tell you to report to an area, usually the main dining room or a lounge, and they escort you off the ship and then back on board. So you do have to get off the ship, but not with everybody else. It's kind of an escorted process. And I think it's all the super chats before the broadcast began. So, Carolyn, thank you for the super chat. If money wasn't a concern, what would you recommend for the ultimate dream cruise? I'm making plans for next year. I mean, Star Class on one of the Icon class ships. And do a back-to-back since money's not an issue. I mean, let it roll. Keep going until you run out of money, I suppose. I think Star Class is just like, it's just so easy when you do Star Class. That's why I recommend that one. Obviously, the problem with I would do actually Legend in Europe and do that. I mean, the only problem with the Icon class is you may not get that much itinerary variation, but I mean, the Royal Caribbean in general, you're not doing that exotic of itineraries. But since you want to have like not a throw money at the problem thing, I feel like you go big and you go for Star Class because that's a whole different level of experience right there. Susan Westfall checking in from Sorrento's on Oasis of the Seas. Hello, Susan. It's good to see you. Saw you yesterday, in fact. Ray and Nancy are down the bar from me. Hello, Ray and Nancy. We got a lot of people here watching. Donna Holt is here. The Teresa McShane is here as well. Also about 10 feet behind me. Jay Tutsa, thank you for the super chat. 69 days to Odyssey. First cruise as Diamond. Congratulations. Scored ultimate drink package for $49.99 and perfect day. Something a perfect day for $46. Dude, that's great. I mean, first of all, congratulations on Diamond. And the drink package for $49.99, that is a steal of a deal. When you can get a drink package under 60, that's a really good deal. So under 50 is amazing. Jay Osteen, hello. Good to see you here. Lots of friends in the chat. Warren Caesar is here as well. Hello, Warren. Good to see you. Warren is also somewhere behind me. Let's see here. Glenn wants to know, can MEI Travelers help with hotel travel to Italy that's too late to transfer to a travel agent? So you basically, Glenn, you already booked the cruise. Can't transfer to a travel agent, but you want to book the other stuff like the hotel and like airfare? Yeah, they say yes. I mean, Josh Carruthers is right here from MEI Travel next to me and give me the thumbs up. So yes, contact your MEI travel agent. Cowboy Valley in the house. Good evening, Matt and all. Just so everyone knows, Kenny's pretty cool. Wow. That's high praise right there. Captain Bob, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Radiance or Rhapsody? Hope you're doing good. My wife says no more cruises. What? Finally made Diamond and signature in the casino. Congratulations, my friend. I would definitely pick Radiance over Rhapsody. I like the Radiance class more than Rhapsody, which is the Vision class ship. So definitely Radiance of the Seas. And tell your wife, give it a week or two of being at home. You'll be ready for another cruise again. Brandon R., thank you for being a club member, my friend. Appreciate it. 96 days to explore. Final payment made. Dining excursions booked. Time to sit back and impatiently wait and get more cruises booked. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Brandon, for your support. And yeah, it's funny when you book a cruise, you think to yourself, yeah, this is great. And then you think to yourself, man, that's a long time to wait for that cruise. I got to book another one in between that. So there you go. We are on board Oasis of the Seas. Steven, on Oasis of the Seas, having the time of our lives. Thank you for everything you and MEI Travel do. You're very welcome, Steven. Thank you for being here. Oh, that wasn't a question. That was a comment for somebody else. They were good there. Nelly, thank you for the super chat. Our sorry Yankees. Don't even get me started. I mean, we know they've had no pitching all year, and it just got anyway. I'm on Mariner now. Jamie's on Mariner is constantly great and better than Geo's and remaining Jamie's. Yes, I said it. That is a bold. I mean, I do like Jamie's on Mariner, especially the eggplant parmesan. But I'm not sure I would go as far, Nelly, as to say that it's better than the new Giovanni's. I think I like that one better. So call me crazy, but I have to unfortunately disagree with a fellow Yankees fan on that one. Let's see here. Vicky wants to know, we're thinking of parking offsite in Miami for freedom. Do you have any opinions on parking offsite? I don't recommend it, especially in Miami. For whatever reason, I mean, there's offsite parking in every port. Miami is one of those ports that for some reason has more break-ins and offsite parking than anywhere else. Not to mention the fact beyond that, I really just prefer the convenience. Yeah, it costs more to park on site, but like when the cruise is over and you're tired and you're upset the cruise is over and you have all your stuff and everyone's just like ready to go home, the last thing I want to do is wait for a shuttle. I just want to get in my car and go. So I would rather park at the port, and I think it's definitely the way to go about it. Ray and Nancy, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you guys. There's a number of YouTubers in the house here. We got Ray and Nancy. We met Deputy Get Some. Like, he's a real person. I thought it's Kenny made him up, but he's real. And we got Warren Caesar in the house. Even the Teresa McChain is here, which, by the way, Mark, cheers. Lyndon, do you know when Perfect Day Mexico will be done and where in Mexico it'll be? Yes, it'll be in Costa Maya. They'll rename it. Right now it's Costa Maya. It'll be Perfect Day Mexico. And it'll open in September of 2027. Jason B, thank you for the super chat. 24 days until 8th-day Southern on Oasis. What to do in Aruba and Curacao? The beach. Aruba, go to Palm Beach or Eagle Beach. Curacao, Mambo Beach is good, but I like to actually break it up. I like to go downtown to, you can walk from the ship to the downtown of Curacao and the capital there. Do some shopping, eating, and then go to Mambo Beach for some fun later on. Daniel Ogren. Daniel, thank you for the super chat. Oh, there's your message there. Hello from Oasis, Lime and Coconut, 17 days until Quantum of the Seas. Nice. Love that. Lots of friends here. Next question is from Jay Osteen. Jay, thank you for the super chat. Our check-in times 11 a.m. with the key. We're at Miami Terminal AA on Indy. I know Miami port traffic is terrible. Would we be able to arrive earlier, like 10, just to park? Do you pay for parking before and after? Good question. I don't know about AA. In Terminal A, you do pay before. When you get before you even get into the garage, you pay and you go. That's pretty much the norm in most places. But again, I haven't been to that Terminal AA in Miami yet, so I can't give you a definitive answer on that one. But to answer your question, would we be able to arrive earlier, like 10 o'clock, just to park? I can simply tell you that more than likely, yes. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to ever tell everybody, just ignore the check-in times. But I honestly cannot recall the last time I was asked, hey, what's your check-in time before going in there? So I think you're totally fine to do that. I certainly, if I was in your shoes, I might do that as well. But yeah. Ray on 2. Hey, Matt, if one buys the key, does everyone in the cabin get one device of internet, or is it one device total? One per person. So if you got 4 people in your room that have the key, then 4 people get their own internet package right there. Let's see here. Jeff Poole, hello. Kyle in the house. 2 more months until my next cruise on Allure. This is our first sailing to Utopia. I mean, I know you had a kid, but geez, that's a long time, my friend. But it'll be well worth it when you get back on board. Nice. Doug Mather in the chat. Could you order me a drink closer to the bar? Sure, no problem, Doug. I don't know where Doug is, but he's over there. Oh, yeah. Actually, Doug, the bar is closing at 8, so if you want to get one, now would be the time. Yeah. Let's see here. Wow, there's so many people in the chat here. Kelly's here. We're so happy to be on this group cruise. It's our first group cruise. We'll be turning diamond on this sailing. That is awesome. Love that. All right, guys, let's answer your roller coaster cruise questions. We got some time here and have another 40 minutes or so to answer your cruise questions. So feel free to type them in chat. We'll get to as many as we possibly can. Santa wants to know, better to fly out of Newark or I assume you mean JFK, for Italy, cross Atlantic to New Jersey? I mean, well, wait a minute. Which leg? I assume you mean like cruise that comes back to either begins in Cape Liberty or ends in Cape Liberty. Newark Airport is definitely the closest airport to Cape Liberty. The only issue with Newark is, well, Newark, especially with the issues they've had this summer with the air traffic control. That's not a Jersey joke. That was an air traffic control joke. Like, I mean, they've had some issues there, which would give me some pause. The problem is if you fly out of either Kennedy or LaGuardia, it's sufficiently far away, like traffic and distance wise, that you would say, oh, I should have gone out of Newark, like, rolled the dice on the air traffic control stuff. I wouldn't fault you for flying to Newark. It's just that's the only issue there. But I mean, if you take out the ATC issues, Newark is definitely the right play because it's much closer to the port. Let's see here. David A. checking in from Liberty of the Seas from St. John, New Brunswick, having a beer at Wasted Day Brewery. What a great name for it. Love that. Robert Jaworski is here. Good day, Mike. Been a while. Looking forward to starting the Aussie cruise season on August 31st. Nice. Coming up very, very soon. Hey, Fred. Hope you remember me. Can you discuss the embarkation of Miami? We'll be boarding Wonder. Also to discuss what to do, especially for our anniversary. I mean, the embarkation process, good news is it's fairly universal. And I know, Fred, you've done some of the cruises there, but it's pretty easy. Just do everything in the app like you should be doing. You know, do the online check-in, upload a photo, scan your passport, do all those things. And beyond that, Fred, honestly, it's pretty much kind of what we've done. I would have a video. Let me see if I can find it really quick for you with the embarkation process. It's actually, I mean, the good news is like back in the day, and let's say back in the day, like, 4 or 5 years ago, it used to be a lot different. But now it's like pretty consistent, unless you're going out of like a weird, not a weird port, but like a non, what's the word? Not popular, but common port, like, I don't know. Los Angeles is a little wonky, although it's gotten way better. Boston, things like that. But if you're going to Miami, I mean, they've really got it down to a science. I posted a link in the video, posted a link in the chat, Fred, for you. Check on out there. Let's see here. Jordan, going on my first roller coaster cruise this Sunday on Symphony. Any thoughts on good activities, places to go on that ship as a solo traveler? Well, that's a good question. I mean, as a solo traveler, I feel like when I go solo, I want to go places where there's a lot of people to hang out in. So, like, hang out at a bar. When you go just go to the bar, sit down, and people come on by. They, it's an opportunity to chat with people. The casino is also a great place for that as well. So just kind of hanging out there, quite frankly. Jeff Poole, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Matt, just got off Icon, and it was great. We booked another one. This will be our first transatlantic 15-day from Italy, Spain, and Portugal, and the Azores, and then finishing. Boy, that's a different word. Finishing New Jersey, October of 2026. Dude, that sounds amazing. I've not done a transatlantic yet. Someday we'll do that one, but that looks amazing. What a great itinerary. I mean, sometimes you get those transatlantics, and they're like, you embark in wherever in Europe, you get like one port day, and then it's straight into the transatlantic. But if you can get a couple days of ports on either side, and in your case, it looks like you got a lot of them in the beginning part of it, that's awesome. Ryan, continuing our Miami discussion today. How long does it take to get to Port of Miami with traffic? We're staying close by. I know it can be a little crazy on Sunday. Actually, Sunday's not too bad. The traffic, well, it's not too bad getting to the actual port. Within the port, the problem with the Port of Miami Terminal A is it's a loop, and it seems like there's just a lot of like idling cars that are picking up, and it can get a little backed up over there. It's not too busy. It's not too bad, I should say. When we were there on Icon, I don't think it was nearly as bad the last time I was there compared to like the Icon group cruise that we had last summer in 24 when that was really backed up. And I remember we got cut off by a purple minivan driven by Sugar. And I was like, all right, well, if it's Sugar, it's okay. But everybody else would have been a problem. But anyway, you just got to give yourself a little time. But when I say busy, I mean, even when there's a lot of traffic there at the port, I mean, we're talking like an extra 10 or 15 minutes. Not like it's an hour or something like that. So, yeah. Kevin, for my real question, what are the first 3 things I should do when stepping on board Star of the Seas? Well, you should do your muster drill. Then you should go eat. I go to the Aquadome Market personally, and Windjammer is great too. And then, well, if you haven't booked any shows, I go to the box office, which is usually at Spotlight Karaoke, and get that taken care of. But exploring the ship, I guess, would be the best thing to do. I think with Star and the Icon class, you want to get your bearings quickly and kind of see everything there is. So I would definitely walk around as much as you can to see everything and explore and check it on out. Marlon booked Alaska next July in Ovation 2 weeks after application, staying on back of the ship in a cabin they just added to the back of the ship. Oh, nice. I mean, after amplification, rather, not application. Nice. Well, hopefully it'll be a fun cruise for you. That sounds great. Ryan, thank you for the super chat. Hey, we're on Symphony with Addie. First thing, these elevators are just yucky. We're so spoiled from Icon. Dude, you are not wrong. We got on board here, And I was like, "Yay, we're on Oasis!" And I was like, "Oh, this is not Star or Utopia. There's no more smart elevators here. It really does make a big difference, and it's an adjustment when you go from the destination elevators to the non-destination elevators." Any tips to keep our pesky toddler from escaping at night? There's no latches on the cabin door. The deadbolt, right? Do you mean if you mean the door to the hallway? There's a deadbolt on there, and not only is it probably high enough for them, too high for them to actually reach, but it requires much more dexterity in their wrist, I think, to be able to turn it. That would be one thing. The other thing is you can put a chair in front of it, the chair that you have at the vanity, and physically block the door. Or if all else fails, Tony Diaz is available for babysitting, and he'll be happy to take care of her for you. But I think the what's it called? The deadbolt should work. I don't know what your toddler, what Addie is like, but unless she's got incredibly strong forearms and is pretty tall, I'd be surprised if she could reach the deadbolt or even know the deadbolt is a thing in order to do that and that kind of thing. So always turn that deadbolt there, and I think you'll be okay. KJ, thanks for being a club member for 2 months. I am really regretting not making this group cruise. I know. You and my neighbor Kenny, both of you were thinking about booking it. It's been great, though. We've had a really, really nice time on here. Raider and Saints fan, thank you for the super chat. Just stop by to say hi. Thanks so much for all you do for us. Have a wonderful sailing. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you very, very much. Let's see here. Shannon, Royal Caribbean Ocean View with large balcony versus Ocean View with balcony on Icon. Is there a notable difference? Not really. I mean, you're talking about 10 or 20 square feet. I mean, obviously it's a bigger room. If you were to walk into both, you would say, wow, this one's a little bit larger. It feels a little bit more roomier. But it's not like, Shannon, it's not like going from like a balcony to a junior suite. So I don't think it'll be that much of a difference. I wouldn't pay like top dollar for the difference. Let's put it that way. Let's see here. Hank, family of 16 on Icon in June. What's the best strategy to ensure we can sit at adjacent tables? Are there any tables of 12 and 4 next to each other? Your best strategy, let me answer your question in this way. What you want to do is link your reservations together. There's something a good travel agent can do for you, where basically each reservation is interlinked to each other, and that usually gets your table assignments in the main dining room together. Now, again, I'm not saying you're going to get a table of 12 and 4. It might be 6 and 6 and something else, or some combination of that. The other thing you could do, Hank, is regardless if you should link your reservations. When you get on board the ship, go down to the main dining room on embarkation day, ask to speak to the head waiter, and just confirm that your arrangement is the way that you intended to do that. But linking reservations is definitely the way to go right there. Tony Crawford, dude, just saw the group cruise schedule for 2027 on Mariner. We're going. Nice. So excited to do my first Royal Caribbean blog group cruise. Nice. Love that. Anna Marie just became a club member. Thank you, Anna Marie. Welcome. Glad to have you here. I met Anna Marie and her lovely daughter on Utopia this season about 2 weeks ago. Let's see. Luthor, if I have the ultimate dining package, can I go to any restaurant for lunch on embarkation day? Yes, absolutely. No bueno. Can MEI help book cruises if using reward points from the Royal Caribbean credit card? No, unfortunately not. So you can blame Bank of America for that one, but unfortunately not. Sorry. Santo, thank you for the super chat. You are very welcome, my friend. Thank you for your generosity. Really appreciate you. Amanda Hackett, thank you for the super chat. 5 days till Icon. Is the casino using diamond drinks before prime drinks on Icon? They shouldn't be, no. If they did, it was the easiest path to serve the drink and move. I'm not familiar. That's not a thing as far as I know. James Jen Almeida, thank you for the super chat. 18 days to Wonder, 35 to Utopia. Does Oasis have the Tiffany's jewelry store on board? Yeah, they should have it in Central Park. They did once upon a time. I haven't actually been down there to look at the shopping. My wife doesn't know it's there, so let's just keep it that way. But I recall, it's funny, as you mentioned that, I was like, oh yeah, they do have that on here. But I haven't been down there to check it out, James. So in the name of research, I'll send Josh to go over there. Barbara, does MEI only book Royal Caribbean cruises? No, They book other cruise lines I don't recommend, but they're absolutely happy to have you book them as well. So yeah, any cruise line, they'll be able to work with you on that one. Ricky Roberts, 4 upcoming cruises repriced all purchased 6 months ago, and they all dropped. Saved about $1,300. Woohoo! Definitely do repricing after purchase. Dude, it's the number one best strategy to save money on your cruise is book early and reprice often. And this is true of cruise fare as it is drink packages and internet. It really does make a difference. There's so many sales. So yeah, that's awesome. You got to save some money right there. I love that. David just booked Celebrity Infinity Onboard, leaving Barcelona. Got $400 onboard credit. Nice. When you have that much onboard credit, I mean, it's like, it's a good feeling right there. Jamie, I'm thinking about booking Utopia Railway. That is my first time getting my mom to cruise with us next February. Is it worth it in your opinion? I think it's a lot of fun. The great thing about Royal Railway is it's an immersive dining experience. This is the train car restaurant that's on Utopia and coming to Legend of the Seas. The cool thing I like about it is that because it's an immersive experience, so there's obviously food, there's entertainment, there's sound, there's movement with it. It's subtle, don't worry about it. But it's a lot of fun and very different. And I think one of the best implementations of like a cohesive dining experience together. Because usually when you're talking about, especially dining on cruise ships, you're talking about like, oh, this is the chop, this is the steakhouse, this is the Italian restaurant, this is the Japanese restaurant. So it goes well beyond cuisine to offer something totally different. And for that reason, I think it's a great memory maker for that one. So yeah, absolutely. Did Allure this season get new destination elevators? They did not, which is kind of surprised to me, actually. Anthony, did you see that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory will be on the Broadway show on Legend? Yes. No word if they're replacing the basket with the drawers yet. I doubt it, unfortunately. But I did see that. I like that. Listen, I said this earlier in the broadcast. I like that Royal Caribbean is leaning back into the musicals again. Because, when you had Odyssey and Wonder and Utopia, they didn't have and Icon has a musical. It's kind of. I mean, The Wizard of Oz is a musical, but not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking like Broadway musicals, like shows that were actually on Broadway or the West End and are now on a ship. I think it just adds a little pizzazz and just elevates the level of quality of the show there. Not that the shows on those other ships aren't good. I'm just saying there's something to be said about having a Broadway show on there. So, yeah. Let's see here. Next question. Slue Dog says, would it be awesome if Legend Royal Railway has 2 rail cars for double the available reservation for dining? They already, that's a good point. Utopia does have 2 cars, though. Just keep that in mind. So, but to your point, Slue Dog, it would be great if they added way more capacity to that, because it's such a cool thing, but man, such a hard ticket to get into. Let me get a drink of water here, and we'll get to our next question here. Mago, how can I convince my parents to do a 7-day cruise on Icon or Star? Tell them this. I'm telling you this from a parent. Tell them, Mom, Dad, we should do a vacation in which there's supervised programming for me, so you guys can do your own thing, and some people can watch me, and best yet, it's free. That should sell them immediately on it. There is no deadbolt on the door into the hallway. We're talking about the same thing, Ryan, on the door. When you open your door and you close it behind you, there's like I call it a deadbolt, but like it's that switch. It's I don't know what else you'd call it, but there's like a lock on the bottom, right below the handle. And that should do the trick for you, I imagine. But otherwise, use the chair idea. Put the chair from the vanity and just guard against them. I would think that'd be the next best thing. Ron Ladowski, thank you for the super chat. I said I would do super chat. The Bills won. They lost on Sunday, but what the heck? This is just for meeting friends, old and new. Ron Ladowski, who is somewhere behind me, great guy, and I think everybody was shocked that the Bills lost the other day. I mean, this was like a terrible sports day, unless you're like a Boston fan, which they have their own issues. But it was just like, I mean, let's see, the Bills lost, the Yankees lost. I don't even like the Eagles or the Philadelphia teams in general, but they lost. Like, I mean, it was like, if you're picking the underdogs, I mean, you must have had a field day with your sports bets right there. Karen Carr, thank you for the super chat. Any idea what caused the norovirus outbreak last week? Yep. Somebody not washing their hands after using the restroom is usually where norovirus comes from. It's almost certainly the source of it. So I know the washy thing and wash your hands is very cliche. It never makes a joke about it. But it really is how it almost always spreads, especially on cruise ships, is somebody uses the restroom, doesn't properly wash their hands, and there you go. Julio, can you bring to the cruise Royal Caribbean forks and knife and what? Can you bring your own silverware? Is that what you're asking? Like knives and spoons? Yes. Why would you want to though? I mean, with knives, the only thing you're not allowed to usually bring, but they're plastic, so I don't think that'll be a problem. But I don't know. I mean, if it's for like kids, like toddlers, like hey, we've got an infant, we want to be able to feed them their baby food, and we want to use a special spoon. I don't think that's a problem. But I don't think that plastic silverware is banned. Certainly, I don't think it's on. Again, knives are the only thing I can think of to be a problem, but I doubt plastic knives really, Anyway, I've never heard of it. I've never asked about it, but I don't think it's specifically called out as an item. So, yes. Carson, thank you for the super chat. Do you think Starlink is a game changer for Royal Caribbean? 100% yes. As somebody who's been using the internet on cruise ships for well over a decade, before and after Starlink has been a major difference, and it's been so much better since they moved to Starlink. It's just been so much more reliable and faster. There's no more before Starlink. It used to be like if I got a question like, "Hey, Matt, I'm going on this ship. Is the internet good?" It was like there was a pecking order. Like, well, if you're on Oasis, it's okay. If you're on Radiance, it's bad. And anyway, now it's consistent. Now it generally works everywhere, so it's really, really good. Let's see here. M&B, thank you for the advice. Do you have any hotel recommendations for Port Liberty? The hotels at Newark Airport are usually a good recommendation. There's a number of hotels at the airport. There's a Marriott, I believe, in the airport, and a couple others of those like Spring Hill Suites and what's not that are like in the loop around the airport, and those are totally fine there. And those are fine if you're just flying in, the day before the cruise. You're not doing anything in Manhattan. You're just flying in beforehand. That's where I would recommend staying. Slew Dog coming in with a super chat. Thank you, Slew Dog. I don't see a message from you, but thank you, my friend. Hillary, we need 13 points to get the diamond. With what we have booked, what's more affordable options you recommend? We're shooting for a 7-night in a junior suite. Yeah, that's probably the most cost-effective way, or actually more cost-effective would be for somebody to go solo, Hillary, and probably not going to win brownie points with your spouse or family. But if you went solo in a regular room, even an inside room, for 7 nights, you get 14 points. So keep that in mind. Let's see here. Mike Pastori, hello. Good to see you. Cruisin' Chris M. Thank you for the super chat. Love Oasis. Schooner Bar is my favorite. 74 days till my next cruise. 4 cruises till I cruise out of Seattle. Favorite place to stay in Seattle. Becky recommends the Evergreen. I recommend the Evergreen. Everwood. Something with an E. Everlast. Teresa, anything? What is Becky like in Seattle? What's the name of the hotel? Evergreen? It starts with an E. How many hotels can start with an E in Seattle? It's on the waterfront. That's probably what I would recommend there. Here, I'll put my Google. Seattle hotel. Oh, that didn't work out well. It's not Evergreen. It's something like that. Edgewater. I knew it was something with an E. The Edgewater Hotel. Yes. I believe it's the Edgewater Hotel. They treat me very nicely. That's what she would recommend if she was here. What is my 5 choices for Legends Aquadome Market? Oh, man. Sub sandwich. Jersey Mike's. This will never happen. Jersey Mike's. Indian. Waffle House. Wawa. And now something that might actually happen other than those 4. Actually, the Indian, I think I'd be shocked if it wasn't Indian, quite frankly. I think that's they already did Thai. I mean, I say Mexican, but they have a local fresh, so I kind of doubt that. But how about 4 out of 5 with my recommendations there? But yeah, sub sandwich would be amazing if they could do that one there. Let's see here. JC, hello. Day. Yes, they are. I don't know their hours. Sometimes they may not open till like 11 or 12, but yes, they are open on embarkation day during the afternoon. Kimberly, any tips for people cruising? What? That's obviously a not a typo, but an autocorrect there. Post game on Explorer. Kimberly, try your question again. I'm not sure I understand it. Deputy gets some hidden emerald on Oasis this week. Help me convince my wife to let me book solo in a suite so we jump straight to diamond. All right. As the love doctor here, I will tell you my advice. Listen, baby, I'm here to make your life better. So by me cruising and us getting diamond, this helps you get free drinks, which makes it better investment. And it's not about me, it's about you. I don't really want to go on this cruise, but I'm doing it for you, baby, because you're the best. And so if you let me go solo on this cruise, we'll get the points and get the diamond status, and then all our problems are solved. There you go. I think that's exactly what my neighbor Kenny told his wife when he got to go solo in order to get to diamond. But yeah, I mean, it's really about those points. I mean, in all seriousness, getting the going solo to get those points for diamond, I mean, it'll save you a lot of money because obviously you're now going to get, well, between the two of you, 8 drinks a day. It's a lot right there. KJ, will Railway be on the last to be announced Oasis-class ship? Don't know. TBD. So have not, don't know yet the answer to that one. Deb, is there anything for kids on Grandeur of the Seas? I mean, there's Adventure Ocean. That's probably the biggest thing that you could do on there for kids. I mean, there's the pool also. Kids are allowed in the main pool. But obviously there isn't, and there's a rock climbing wall. But there's not going to be like, there's no water slides. There's no H2O zone or surf, not surfside. Well, it's no surfside either. I'm looking at it right now and I can't think of the name of it. Splashway Bay. But, you know, then there are also the places you're going on the cruise. So let's put it this way. Have there been young kids who've gone on Grandeur and had a good time? Yes. But obviously there's more for them to do on a bigger ship. Not a bad thing, just a reality, kind of frankly. Oops. And Skyfrog, thank you for the super chat. My wife and I, 40th anniversary today. Great to be on the cruise with you today. Awesome. A lot of people celebrating birthdays, anniversaries. It is Bart's birthday today, and it was Joy's birthday yesterday. It's somebody's birthday tomorrow. So, yeah, love that. And an anniversary even with that. Let's see here. Julio, thank you for the super chat, my friend. I don't see your message here, but thank you, Julio. Kylie just booked a 3-day repositioning on the newly amped Ovation next September from Vancouver to LA. The reservation says Deadhead to LA. What's that? It's a one-way sailing. I'm surprised it says Deadhead because usually, I don't know that. I mean, I don't know why they're calling it that, but that's essentially what it is, a repositioning cruise from one to the other. So there you go. Let's see here. Dan, are they no longer doing Crazy Quest on Utopia 4-nighters? I thought they did it. I mean, I didn't go to one on Utopia when I was on there in the 4-nighter there, but I thought they had one there. That was my understanding. Fred, nice to hear from you. I like to celebrate our 34th anniversary. What is yours on Wonder of the Seas? Well, you know, I get this question a lot, Fred. Like, hey, I'm celebrating a birthday, anniversary, cruising with Tony. Like, what should I do for fun? Or something special? And really, it's more a question for you. I mean, there's a lot of great things you could do. You could rent a cabana at Perfect Day Coco Key. You could do a couple's massage. You could go to Chops Grill and have dinner there. I think ultimately when you are what's special to you may not be special to somebody else. Like I'm sitting here with my good friend, Commander Don Goldstein. And if it was up to Don, he would say, let's go to Vintages for 6 hours and drink there, right? And I would say, well, for Don, I go there for 6 hours. But for other people, I'd say that sounds like a terrible idea. I don't want to do that. That's not my idea of a fun anniversary. So it's really a matter of finding, I think, what you're looking to do. But obviously, spending money is a great way to make something special. So again, renting a cabana, splurging for a better room, booking a specialty restaurant might be something fun to do there. So that's a different ways to do those, make those things work. Let's see here. Tuesday Howard. my son has autism. Is there anything they do specially for children with disabilities? So they do. There's actually, I do want to alert you though. You may already know about this. There's a program called Autism on the Seas. It's a private company, not affiliated with Royal Caribbean, who actually offer Royal Caribbean cruises for families that have kids with autism and help them like escort them essentially. And it's very hands-on. Now, obviously, because of the spectrum, there's many different needs in terms of, and Adventure Ocean can cater to some of those, but you may consider looking into it's Autism on the Seas is the company there. They actually work with MEI Travel and other companies. They're great people. I've known the owner, Mike, for a long time. Might be a good resource for you to check on out as well. But the answer to your question is really kind of, it depends. So I don't want to, and obviously we don't have the opportunity here to go into all that, but it would be the first thing I would check would be Autism on the Seas. Any plans to offer the Chicken Shack sandwich that's available on Coco Key to any ship? Well, that would be great. That would be dangerous, man. If they ever did that, or the mozzarella sticks, I mean, I'm going to gain like 70 pounds. So I kind of hope not, but I've not heard of any plans for that. I think Royal Caribbean would probably tell you that they just like having like special things in special places. You know what I mean? Like that's what makes it special. So I've not heard of anything there, but yeah. Jonathan, been a club member for 8 months. Thank you, my friend. 6 days till Brilliance. What is the pub like on Brilliance? Actually, really good. I love the pub on Brilliance of the Seas. Is Laura okay? I love the pub on the Radiance class. It's a great setup. It's large. You can see pretty much everything from anywhere in there. Like some of the sight lines and other pubs are a little more difficult, but it's a great setup. The only problem with the pub on Brilliance, it's attached to the casino, so you can get a little, depending on where the fans are blowing, you may get some smoke wafting in there, but it's not too bad. So I think it's a great one, actually. Let's see here. Holly just got back, just returned from Radiance, turned diamond on that cruise. Any suggestions for East Coast cruise? Do they have any new itineraries? I mean, there's a lot of great cruises on the East Coast. Do you mean like, we say East Coast, you mean like out of Florida or like New York? But I would do Bermuda. If you really mean like East Coast, Bermuda is the way to go. I mean, that's just a fun cruise to do that. So there you go. Do they ever do bridge tours? They do, but you need to pay for them usually through the all access tour. If you book, if you're in a suite, like one of the upper suites, sometimes they offer that as a benefit, but you can just book the all access tour and it includes the bridge tour right there. Hey, my neighbor Kenny's here. Wawa has great pizza after 4 o'clock. They do indeed, Kenny. We miss you, buddy. Chris Bayona is here. Thank you for the super chat, Chris. You said it was such a fun cruise for me. If you were me, would you stick with it or switch things up for the next one? I like switching things up. Go back to it. Don't be like, I'm never going on Utopia again. But mix it up. Try to have more of a cadence to it. That makes it a little more interesting. But Utopia is really, really nice. Let's see here. Brendum13. First cruise is in November. We live in Illinois, leaving from Miami. Hotel or flight recommendations. Unfortunately, it'll be fairly close to Thanksgiving, so I'm sure flights may get pricey. Always fly in at least a day ahead of time. And you're going to Miami. What's the hotel I recommend? Oh, stay in Brickell neighborhood. Don't book a hotel in downtown Miami. There's nothing to do there. It's hard to, there's not a lot of walk around, but Brickell's a great neighborhood. I'd recommend that a lot. Eileen, can you get 2 inside rooms and go solo and get the points? Yes. So you mean like you book 2 rooms? Person A is in one room, person B is in the other room? Yeah, and you both get double points. That's correct. Yes. Let's see. Is Vision of the Seas about to be sold? No. Is Chops lunch a good sea day option? Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's a nice relaxing way to start the cruise. I like that. No bueno. Do you recommend the land and sea Alaska cruise? I've not done one yet, but I've heard nothing but amazing things about it. So I would say yes. I think it's a great idea. Cowboy Valley coming in with a super chat. Why has Royal Caribbean gone away from golf excursions? It's always been one of my favorite tours. It's a good question. I don't know. I mean, in a lot of cases, obviously, the tours you see, almost every short excursion you see is not obviously run by Royal Caribbean. They're third parties. So there could be, quite frankly, the tour company doesn't exist anymore. Tour company doesn't want to work with Royal Caribbean anymore because obviously Royal is taking a cut of their business. there could be a lot of reasons. I'm not sure exactly why that is the case, but there's probably some sort of a disconnect there between the tour company and Royal, whether it's a money thing, whether it's a logistics thing, or a time thing also, because again, you need to have enough time to be able to not only, be able to golf, right? Be able to play 9 or 18 holes, whatever the case may be. So I suspect that's, and of course, a golf course that's, near the near the ship. So there you go. Gomery, we love to go on a quick weekend getaway out of Long Beach to Ensenada. We noticed that they've changed the departure return day, so it's not over the weekend. They've just been switching up the ships, Gomery. So what you're seeing is actually a reflection of more ships. When Navigator was there, and that was only Navigator, rather, I should say, then they just kind of did that. Now with Quantum, it used to be Ovation, now Quantum just took over for Ovation. They're trying to mix things up a little bit, but I believe they still do those, but they offer more variety of itineraries, quite frankly. Tom Lovett, Kelly Scalar shouted you out last week for your invaluable help on our misconnection in Chicago and a room upgrade. Matt shouted something like, woohoo! There you go. Ronnie Bickers Jr. in the house. Hello, Ronnie. Thank you for the super chat. I'll keep an eye out for your message right there. And Gomery, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you very, very much. Jado's Prime Cruising became a club member, which reminds me, we need to do our member chat. Whenever I can track down Becky from her palatial suite, I will ask her a day we can do that and set that up. So that'll be coming up soon for members only right after our live stream. Andy, thank you for the super chat, my friend. From one sailor to another, a ton of rum for the commander, up spirits, different navies, same oceans. So this is for you. It's not for me. It's for you, sir.
Thank you.
There you go. Fred, thanks for the super chat, my friend. Hey, Matt, going on Celebrity Beyond for my honeymoon in November. What is something we should do to celebrate? It's our first time on Celebrity Beyond. Thank you in advance, Fred and Amanda. Celebrity. I'm trying to think now of like something kind of cool or unique about which one are you on? Beyond? Beyond. I mean, I think the advice I gave you earlier, just in general, again, what's special to you. I'm not sure where you're going. Do a private tour excursion. Like, I think that'd be really, really cool if you could do like a private tour excursion somewhere, like a private guide or a tour. Trying to think if there's anything in, because Beyond itself, I mean, I've been on Ascent and I've been on Apex. I don't think I've actually been on Beyond, but Beyond and Ascent are pretty close there in setup. Upgrade if it's not too late. I would upgrade to the retreat. That is like really nice. Let's see here. Why is Odyssey never in Florida? It's kind of interesting. Some ships like have a tendency to go one place or another. It's interesting, Carson, because the Icon class ships are all in Florida, right? And a lot of the Quantum class ships are not. And I think part of that is because the Quantum class ships are designed for cold weather, or rather, better designed for cold weather, I should say. And so there's a reason why they end up in places like Alaska, Europe, New York, Australia for those reasons. Do you think Royal Caribbean will ever do room service ordering through the app? Oh God, I hope so. But not anytime soon, unfortunately. Is there any specialty dining that would be worth it if someone in your party is vegan? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a number of restaurants I think that they can cater to a lot of different needs, and I've gone to specialty dining with vegans. In fact, Dan, who works for MEI Travel, is vegan. And the good thing about, I mean, obviously it depends on how what your tastes may be. Certainly Izumi Sushi can cater. They can do vegetable rolls. Giovanni's pasta is always a good one right there. So yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Ian, when the Royal Beach Club opens in 26, the one in Cozumel, I assume, you think Royal will tone down the day parties on Utopia when it docks in Nassau to encourage people to pay for Royal Beach Club? By the Royal Beach Club opens in this year, 25, the one in Nassau. No, I don't think one has anything to do with the other. I don't think they'll have I don't think that'll be the case at all. Let's see. Philly's currently losing 4-0. I mean, as much as I hate the Yankees losing, seeing Philly lose is such a good feeling. So, yeah, I'm happy about that one. Jado, thank you for the super chat on Icon now for my 21st birthday. Happy birthday, my friend. That's awesome. 21st, have a drink, man. That's awesome. Are the 2027 group cruises decided? Yeah, we've got actually one. I'll tell you guys now. Mariner of the Seas, April 10th, 2027, out in New Orleans. Our first time ever cruising. I've never cruised out of there. So check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. MEI Travel can help you out with booking that. April 10th, 2027, Mariner of the Seas. That's the first one. For the other one in 2027, I'm waiting for more cruises to be released. Probably over Thanksgiving, I imagine. Would probably be when we're going to go for that one. So there you go. We have a few minutes left here. So we're going to do everyone's favorite game, mostly Kenny's, lightning round. So feel free to ask me yes or no, this or that, Don or Judy type questions, and I will answer as many of them as I possibly can. And we'll get to as many as we possibly can here in the last few minutes. Before we get to that, well, this questions load up there. Enjoyed the key video. Any advice on how to get the best deal for an 8-day cruise? I mean, book as early as you can is really the name of the game, quite frankly. There's not much more beyond that, and a little bit of luck involved. So there you go. ABC or 1, 2, 3? Well, this is easy as ABC 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, I guess. Lightning or thunder? Like the sports teams or the meteorological events? I'll go for lightning as long as it's not hitting me. Wayne, do you have any idea when May 2027 cruise schedule will be released? Yes, it's going to begin later this month. They're going to do rolling schedule coming out there. We have the dates at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com if you search for the deployment schedule. Disco or 80s? 80s. 80s for sure. Voyager or Freedom Class? I'm going to pick Freedom Class, but I do love the Voyager class. But I feel like when cruise ships, I generally lean towards bigger is better. So I'm going to say Freedom Class. When Discovery? Soon. Piano bar or pub singer? Pub singer. Sorry, Teresa. Portside barbecue or Playmakers? Ooh, I say Playmakers. Yeah, Playmakers. I mean, Portside's good. I already ate there on this cruise. Schooner or pub? Pub. Sorry, Teresa. Tony or Kenny? Wow. Is Tony here?
Yeah.
Oh, darn. Cheers, Mark McChain.
Which Kenny?
Yeah, well, that's true. Which Kenny? I assume he means my neighbor Kenny, but there are many Kennys. That's true.
Kenny, yes.
Yeah.
Kenny, yes.
We miss Kenny. Tony's here, and he's been giving me a lot of crap this cruise. I'm going to say Kenny. But if Kenny was here, it would be the opposite, I'm sure. Milky Way or Snickers? Oh, Milky Way. Everybody knows Milky Way is far better than Snickers. Come on. Utopia or Wonder of the Seas? I guess Wonder. I guess Wonder. Do you know the date on Paradise Island in Nassau? It'll be the official date is December 21st, I believe. But we posted earlier last week, rather, Saturday, whatever that was, that they're going to start doing some soft openings before that. So end of December. Beach Club or Hideaway? Beach Club. Astros or Red Sox? Oh man. Cheaters or big cheaters? I got to go with Red Sox, honestly, because at least they only cheated a little bit compared to the Astros, who flagrantly cheated. Let's see here. Could you do interior plus cabin and Icon for 2 weeks? Sure. I don't see why not. Izumi or 150 Central Park? Izumi. My wife would disagree with me on that one, but Izumi. Coke or Pepsi? Coke. Hot coffee or iced coffee? Iced coffee. Bid or not to bid minimum? I'll give you Teresa from MEI Travel recommends doing like one bid up from minimum, whatever that is, like $5, whatever it is, just do that one. So, will Carlos Rodon save our season? Probably not, but they gave it a noble effort. They beat the Red Sox. It's the most important thing in the world. So there you go. Oasis or Allure? I've not been on Allure since the refurb, but I might pick Allure now. Oasis is great, but having seen what they've done with some of the other ships and seeing our ship tour we did of Allure with the refurbishment changes, I feel like that would be the way to go right there. Quantum or Navigator? I love Navigator, so I'll go with Navigator. Bottle or Red? This is definitely Kenny trying to get me to sing. Bottle or Red for sure. Guinness or PBJ Old Fashioned? Come on, PBJ Old Fashioned, obviously. Pizza or tacos? Tacos. Giants or Jets? Giants. Hey, Carl, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Carl wrote 26 days to Icon, 55 to Brilliant, 76 to Odyssey, 131 to Allure. See you on Legend Inaugural. What to do in Cozumel and Honduras? When are you going? Well, I assume you're not going, like, you're going soon. Cozumel, Paradise Beach Club. Watch out for the purple drink. It's been known to knock people out. Roatan. We went to, what's the name of the beach club? I'll look it up for you real quick. We did a beach club recently. It was good. It was just a kind of a long drive, but it wasn't bad at all. I liked it a lot. It was just, where was that place? Let me give you a link in the in the comments here in a second. Turquoise Bay is the name of it. I booked through Royal Caribbean. It's pretty good. There you go. Rum or tequila? Rum. Oh, tequila. Yeah, almost. M&M or Reese's Pieces? I think M&M's. Once again, my wife would disagree with me on that one. Ultimate drink or unlimited dining package? Dining. But I'm saying that as a Pinnacle Club member. Maya Chan or Perfect Day Mexico? Well, one doesn't exist yet, so I can't really compare the two. It's not fair. Batman or Superman? Superman. Come on, man. Superman all the way. Hockey or baseball? Baseball. Come on. Roatan or Belize? Roatan, because it's got a dock. Modern Myths, hello. Teresa or Mark?
Teresa or
well,
Josh?
yeah, well, Mark just gave me a drink, so I'm just saying. DC or Marvel? DC. Love DC. Icon or Star? Icon. Banging on trash cans or stealing signs by sight? Stealing signs by sight for sure. WWF or WCW? WWF for sure. Early mornings or late nights? Well, I'd probably pick late nights. Getting older now. I still say late nights though. A couple more, and then we gotta get out of here. Chiefs or Jags tonight? All right. I guess I hate to ever root for the Chiefs because I'm not. But Laura O'Donnell's nearby, and she can throw things at me, and she will. So I'll say Chiefs, but I have no love for the Jags either. Best casino in the fleet, actually Utopia right now. They have a really nice one. Really, really nice. Although Icon and Star are fantastic. So breakfast or room service or main dining room? I like main dining room for one reason only. I just like when things are delivered, there's a little separation, like not everything at once. So you get your coffee, you sip on that a little bit, then you don't just get everything served together. It's the only problem with room service, but it's nice to be able to have it in a room service. Nutella or marmalade? Ugh, gross. Nutella for sure. Blue or Coastal Kitchen? I think Coastal Kitchen, quite frankly. And last one coming to, do we have one from, has Kenny got another one for me here? Feel bad for Kenny, so I'll answer that one. Park Cafe or Sorrento's? Park Cafe for sure. So there you go. All right, guys, we got to head on out of here. The pub is, yeah, he's definitely playing there, and they're shutting down the bar here, and they're being very nice at keeping this area open for me. So I'm going to wish you all a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us here. We'll be back in next Monday. Fortunately, not on Oasis, back at home. But thank you for joining us here. Have a wonderful week. Check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for plenty of more Royal Caribbean news, fun, advice. Until then, have a wonderful week, everybody. Stay safe, do something fun, and we'll book another cruise. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. Good night, Samantha. Bye, everyone.